Alright, so in this one, you guys have been asking for it, and you know what? I think it's time to do it. It's been a few days since I put out the top 5 most underrated units, in my opinion. Number 1 was Bergamo, 2 I think was Broly, 3 was Dispo, 4 was Revival, no. Yeah, 4 was Revival Goku, and 5 was... 5's so irrelevant, I don't remember. Who was it? Basil? No, it wasn't Basil. Who was number 5? Not Hit. I don't even know, actually. That's how... Okay. That's how underrated they were, I guess. Wasn't a Zenkai. Who was it? I mean, regardless, it doesn't really matter. Was it this Gohan? Maybe it was Gohan. He is underrated. I agree with that. I think it was that Gohan. If it wasn't, let me know. I don't remember. Oh, it was Launch. It was Launch. It was Launch. Tournament Power Gohan was probably really close for me. But this one is going to be top 5 overrated units. Now, I'm going to let you know this right now. Number 1 spot is tied, and it's tied between 2 characters for very different reasons. We'll go over that once we get there. But number 5, this hoe. Listen, yes, I understand this character is good. I understand she's decent damage dealer, but look, man. Her stats, this is the typical stars you're going to have her, because 6 stars is the ability. That's what people strive for, 6 stars. That's why the missions exist for like 17 and 18 right now. To get them 6 star, 6 star, 6 star. That's the goal. This is her stats. Look how low everything is. All she does necessarily is blast. She does blast darts. Her green card's a long animation, which is terrible. Her blue card's a short animation, which is alright, but it doesn't do anything besides chain from a green into a blue. But you don't want to pop the green card because you want to rock that with Android 21, the blue one. You want to rock that with Android 18 to get her more strikes. This character does not benefit androids as much as anyone, honestly. Like, I could rock Android 16 and he'll be better than her. Not even because of stats, just he does more for the team. And he's awful. He's honestly awful. This motherfucker does blast. That's it. Android 18 doesn't want blast. Android 21 might, the blue one, but it doesn't, like, do you really care about her damage? You're not using her for damage, you're using her to extend combos to get a rush, because she has card draw speed and her green cards give more cards. You're not using her for damage. This character is terrible, easily replaced by Super 17, easily replaceable by any green on androids, even EX is, honestly, like, I'm not even joking. She's very overrated, she's very bad. I don't know why people run her. Personally, I only run her as bench majority of the time, unless I'm recording a video like, oh, I haven't used her in a while, let's run her now. I think she's very overrated because I see her in a lot of matchups, and I'm just like, she's paper thin, she's not doing much damage to me. Like, androids is overwhelming, right? Like, if I start taking a combo from Blue 21, I'll feel overwhelmed if I'm, you know, not type advantage. But this character does not overwhelm me. Android 18 does. This girl does not. She's just alright. Even at good stars, like, I played 14 stars of her. She's just alright. Like, there's no benefit to rocking her besides the ability, because it's double attack, and boost to girls. But besides that, there's really no reason to run this character on anyone's team. Like, honestly, I really think she's really, really bad. Okay, but disregarding her, let's get to number 4. And number 4, I don't think number 4 is controversial. I just think... I think it makes sense if you played the game long enough. Super Gogeta. Now, I didn't really... I know this one's going to be like the one like, oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, why not say Vados? Or, why not say Topo? Blah, blah, blah. I think Super Gogeta is very overrated. I know, and I understand the point of Super Saiyans, Ramon Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan. Even there, it's just, you're relying not on him at that point. You're relying on Bardock to make him. And you could say the same for other units and put them on this list too, right? Like, I could say the same for Green Broly and be like, he's overrated, but yet no one uses him. So how could I say that? And the same thing for Purple Broly. If he was really good, I'd say, no, Bardock makes him good. Now, you might say, oh, Bardock should be on the list then if you have to rely on him. No, Bardock, as a character himself, what he does for the team, and how he can just win a match on his own with double card draw speed by the end of the match, he's good. He's a good character. But Gogeta, I know the argument of, oh, just, if you don't run him on Super Saiyans, it doesn't really matter. I know it's like an outplayed argument, but it's true. This guy needs Super Saiyans to be good. His damage is good, right? I'm not disputing that. Look at his stats. They're insane. But it's just, I don't feel pressured from a Super Gogeta as I do from a Super Gogeta that's buffed by Bardock with Super Saiyan buffs. That's just me. And I know, like I said, this one's not going to be one many people agree with, but personally, I think this guy's very overrated. His damage is good, but I don't think it's anything where it's like, holy shit, I'm going to die in one combo, unless he's like last man standing and he has 4 strike arts in his hand, because last man standing, he gets 40% because it can't be canceled, and it gets up by 20% per battle member. So 40%, and then he's stacking a little bit of damage every time he does a card, I believe. Where is it? Yeah, he's stacking damage per strike, but it's like if he's using a strike, then his strike damage will go up. But what if he has 2 blasts, 2 strikes? That's just mediocre damage. And commonplace is you will have 2 blasts, 2 strikes, maybe 3 blasts, 1 strike on a Super Saiyan team, on a Fusion team, on a Saiyan team, because most Saiyan teams are blast-based. So you want to rock this guy on a Saiyan team? No, he wants to be on a Super Saiyan strike-based team. And this blast stat ain't that good, Chief. That's just, I don't know. Personally, I think he's a very good character with Super Saiyan buffs. I would say he's not overrated if you rate him in that respect. But again, to me, it feels like if you're rating someone based off Super Saiyan buffs, you're really rating Bardock into that character's kit. And this is just the solo character himself. Now, the next one, I know people will disagree with. I know I'll get, like, harassed over. Whatever. Number 3. And number 1 is going to be number 2 then 1, obviously. But it's just, they could be interchangeable, number 2 and 1. I'll just say that. Number 3, Namek Goku. Now, everyone's going to be like, Namek Goku, what the fuck? You're an idiot. You suck. True. I suck at the game. I promise you. You watch any of my gameplays, I'm ass. Not really, but, you know, I'm not the best in the world. Even I can counter a Namek Goku. Namek Goku is so easy to play around. Given, you know, back in the day, if you didn't play back then, they literally nerfed his, they nerfed the backfloating, because backfloating used to not decrease your vanish gauge, and now it does, because this guy existed. Because everyone would just backfloat, and wait to pop a blue card, because tackle wasn't as strong back then, where it can go from mid to long range and tackle and not be countered out by another tackle. Now it's you have to counter with the strike or you have to swipe. There's no in between. And that's why tackle was introduced, because this guy, he was super overwhelming when he came out, because no one knew. It was a new type of play style you had to get accustomed to. Basically, camping. Imagine Green Broly on 20 times the steroids, and you can rock a Green Broly with this guy, blue, green, Super Saiyans, and be really cancerous nowadays, but please don't do that, I beg you. This guy, now, everyone learned how to play against him. You just tackle, or you just bait correctly. Maybe you just float to mid-range and then wait for them to get a card, because people get antsy. They'll be like, oh shit, he's floating. I can't do this blue card. I must do a blast instantly. PV it, you kill him. This guy is not very tanky. He's not very damage dealing. I know, last man standing, he's very good. But on his respective teams, Super Saiyan, I would prefer a Bardock last man standing than this guy. I would prefer an LF Gohan last man standing than this guy. I would prefer Super Saiyan 3 Goku last man standing this guy. And that's his main teams, Super Saiyan, Sun Family, and Saiyans. And I prefer anyone else but him as my last man standing. I do not think he's very good. I don't even honestly run him for his own unit. I run him because his Zenkai ability and his Z ability, because double attack to Saiyan and Super Saiyan, that's like one of the most vast Z abilities in the game. Like, almost as vast as, like, let's say Jiren, who's powerful opponent and Rival Universe. This is basically the best Z ability in the game for any Saiyan, because, like, anyone can get this. Even hybrids can get this, which is really good. And then he also does Zenkai buffs for Blue Saiyans. Obviously, that's a lot of characters in the game. That's the main use for him to me. I don't see any other use for him than to just buff my team. I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's very offensive defensive. He's a passive play unit, and that passive play is very easily countered because this game, honestly, it does reward aggressive play, but it rewards it if you do it smartly. If you're doing the same aggressive play since the beginning of the match, yeah, you might have to wait a little bit, calm down. Obviously, you got to change up how you play to win the match because people learn, people adapt. That's how you win in PvP. But if you just slow it down, go from aggressive to passive, back and forth this guy's not hard to beat. He's hard to beat if you're new because you don't know how really to play the game correctly, and there is a correct way to play the game. But besides that, for anyone that's played this game for over, I'd say, 3 to 6 months, this guy has not been an issue for you since he dropped. And if he is an issue for you, then no disrespect, but you don't really know how to play the game to a higher degree. And maybe that's just the thing you're working on. I don't know. But I just think he's very, very, very overrated. I'm surprised I didn't put him as number 2 and number 1. But, okay. Number 2 and number 1. I'm trying to... Okay, fine. I'll put you number 2. DKP. He's barely number 2. Now, everyone's like... People still nowadays, I don't know why they suck him off. Look, I got him 6 stars, right? I had him the decent stars. Bro, he has lower stats. This is his base, and... Honestly, like, this isn't me being like, oh, a DKP hater. You will be in his base more than your transform state in most matches. At least against real teams, like against androids, against Super Saiyans, against Sun Family. You will be in his base because his requirements to transform is like 5 Dragon Balls or 30 counts past. Like, 30 counts is a lot. Like, you'll get rushed before 30 counts happens. And most likely, if you're just having a bad starting hand with your opponent, and you both start with 1 Dragon Ball, you won't get that rush as quickly, or get that 5 Dragon Balls as quickly as you think you will, because you started with 1 ball each. How the fuck are you going to get 4 more? What if you're getting comboed out the ass, then you're getting rushed, and then boom, this guy's already fodder. After transformation, his blast attack's good. That's it. I've never been scared of this guy. Every time I see this guy attack me, and the few times I played against him, he's attacked me, I'm like, okay, cool. You have to swap out of him post-transformation and swap back into him for him to get card draw speed. They made his kit so, like, it's like a Dokkan unit. If you don't know Dokkan, there's, like, certain things like you have to fucking fly to the moon, fly back to the space station, and go back and get fucking chocolate bars from the OXXO store. They made his conditions so ridiculously tedious that there's no point to run him. His base is trash. He does no damage. He'll gain a Dragon Ball or something if the opponent switches. Whoop de fucking do. You still need fucking 4 more. And it's not even like the Dragon Balls gained from them. The Dragon Balls gained from your hand. So the one already in your hand, you're losing. So you were going to get it anyways because they switched, and that's usually mid-combo. But, oh, they took it. It's like, what? Okay, I guess. It doesn't make any sense. This guy does not deserve to be rated high. I don't know why he is rated high. He's complete dog shit, in my opinion. I'd rather run Purple 21 than run this guy. In matter of fact, I have run Purple 21 over this guy. I think he's complete shit. I don't know why he's ever rated so high on any list. If and when I make my tier list before anniversary, in like, let's say a few weeks from now, he will be in like tier 2. I have no doubt in my mind, unless I just magically start loving him and use him, which I don't want to use him because purple isn't a good color now, and I just don't like regen anymore. It's just cancer. Nothing's gonna change his spot in tier 2, and I mean bottom tier 2. This guy is dog, water, piss, all in one. I think he is terrible. Now, here's a character. For number 1, I don't even think is bad. I just think okay, how do I word this? He is said to be so good, so good, the greatest, the best, but yet he's relying on another character. Now I'll give you guys a second to decide and look through the list. Who do you think, pause the video before we hit the number 1, and who do you think is the number 1 most overrated character? To me, at least. I think you could get a hint from another character that I already put on this list. But, pause the video, let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you're right. I'm curious to see if anyone can guess this. It is LF Broly. Now, you will say, and I know, I know, people will say, you're a fucking idiot. Yes, but not about this. LF Broly has the Gogeta syndrome. The sad Gogeta syndrome. What that means is, he is reliant on Bardock. 1. 2. He is an LF. So he is low stars, but people still suck him off. Number 2. 3. Android 18 does what he does better. Look, this guy wants to be run with blue purple or blue red Super Saiyans. Got it. Now, if you run him on any other team he exists on, Saiyans, powerful opponent, and or movies, you will never see this guy do good damage. Given if your opponent is smart, that is the case. Now, I'm going over the fact that, and going through the idea that, oh, we are all kind of smart here, we kind of we know what units do, so if someone's building up more and more, because I'm switching, and because all this other stuff in their passive, most likely I won't switch out, so they can end their combo quicker. Now what I'm alluding to is, Broly. If I don't switch out, and Broly is comboing me, Broly will do 5 cards maximum, and that's it. Now if I'm switching like a idiot and going to just random characters so he doesn't kill one character, no, then he's not overrated. But if you just have half a brain cell and you know how to read, Broly is ass. Honestly, he is. Even using 18, it's funny, honestly, it's hilarious. 18 is the same thing as Broly. Every time she does an attack, she gets more damage. And I feel, personally, 18 run with Blue 21 does more damage than LF Broly with Super Saiyan Bardock. Most of the time. 1, because Android 21 buffs the shit out of 18 because it's all 3 tags, I believe. I think it's Girls, Android... Actually, no, it's only 2 tags. And Regen, I think she buffs. So she gets 2 buffs from Android 21. And Broly, obviously, gets Bardock crits and Bardock buffs from swap-in and all that. Broly does less damage than a featured character. And I'm talking my Broly. My 7-star LF Broly feels like he is weaker than a 6-star Android 18. No cap, no bullshit. I think he is one of the worst LFs in the game. And I know, I used to probably gas the shit out of him a few weeks ago, maybe even a month ago. I used to gas the hell out of him. And sure, he's good. When you're... Apologies for the cutting off right there. I had to check something with Broly's kit. And to make sure, yeah, he is overrated. He is not that good. He's only good against bad players. And if you think he is good, listen, don't let this list, me saying someone's overrated, mean, oh, that must mean they're terrible. No, it doesn't mean they're terrible. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means people say they are a lot better than they actually are. LF Broly is not as good as people say he is. DKP, same thing. Gogeta. Now, Gogeta's the hard one because it's like, yes, but only on Super Saiyans. Is he as good as you think he is? Namek Goku is the one everyone's going to disagree with because Namek Goku, everyone thinks is either a god or complete dog shit. And whoever the hell the last one was, who was it? I always forget number 5, huh? Who was number 5? Who the fuck was it? Dude, I hate that I keep forgetting this actually. Who the hell was this bastard? Who was number 5? Most overrated unit on my list. I was gonna say UI Goku because he is kind of overrated. 21, there you go. Jeez, 21 honestly is probably the worst of the 5, but it's just that she's not as used as the others. LF Broly is either said to be a god or trash, just like Namek Goku. He's not very good. All of them aren't very good, but again, don't let this make you not want to use the character. If you want to use him, go ahead. It doesn't really matter what I'm saying. You can win with any team in the game. I could run PyCon and win the entire fucking 20 matches I played today. I don't know. Doesn't really matter, just my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. I'll probably have a poll before this video goes up. That's like, who do you think isn't in the top 5? And I mean, if you guess it right, I'd be impressed. Let me know what you guess in the poll. Actually, well, this video will be up after the poll. But let me know if you guessed it correctly when you vote on the poll. Probably be up 1 p.m. that poll or something like that. You probably already saw it by now. But my point is, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. I guarantee everyone's going to disagree. There's probably going to get a lot of dislikes. Whatever. It is what it is. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. And let me know what you think.